Hey, what is going on, guys? It is Young here, and today I'm back in a Fortnite video. And in today's video, I wanted to be talking about some things that's really important for Season 10. I'm going to specifically be talking about all the different ways you can kill the brute or kill the robot, whatever you guys want to call it. I'm going to be going over a lot of different ways you can outplay it, because I think that is really important, because it's something you're going to have to deal with pretty much every single game unless you get lucky and have really good rotations and don't have to deal with it. So I'm going to talk about the different ways to outplay it and the different ways to face it if you have to in an actual game. And before we get into the video, I have a V-Buck giveaway. If you guys want a chance to win some free V-Bucks, all you guys have to do is to drop a like on the video. Make sure you guys subscribe to my channel and also subscribe to my second channel. The link for that will be in the description or the pinned comment. Turn on my post notifications and as well comment down below your Xbox gamer tag, your PSN gamer tag, or Epic account. And as well, if you guys would like to support me in the item shop, all you guys have to do is go over to the item shop, go down to support a creator, type in my code is YoungHumor, and you guys will have me added and supported as a creator. I really do appreciate all you guys who do add me. And alright guys, let's go right to the video. Alright, so I just have some gameplay in the background for this video, so I wanted to be talking about the different ways you can fight the robot or you can fight the brute in Fortnite. And if there isn't some ways that I didn't cover in this video, make sure you guys let me know in the comments down below if I missed any of those things, because there probably is a lot more that maybe exploits that came out. So I think I saw some videos where they came out with some exploits. I didn't have a chance to watch them, but there might be some really OP ways to face it. They might end up patching pretty soon, but definitely might be worth checking out other videos too, because I think this is a really important topic, because in Season 10 this is going to be something that you have to deal with literally every single game. So you want to know your best options when it comes to fighting the robot or it comes to fighting the brute, because there is going to be a few different things and a few different ways you can go about it. And I want to talk about the few ways and the few strategies that I use that help me to win a little bit more games than other players who don't really know how to fight it. Now, the first one that I want to talk about, and this is going to be something that you mainly do in solos. So in solos, it's super easy to outplay the robot and make a play and destroy it. And I'm going to teach you guys exactly how to do it. It's super simple. It's super easy to do. And this isn't going to work. Mainly, it's not going to work in like duos or squads. And I'm going to explain why. So when you're in a solo game, you're going against a robot. And of course, you guys know if you are controlling it yourself, you have two modes. You basically have the mode where you can like run around, you can jump, and you can stop. That's pretty much the only three options you can do. And then if you press the right stick down or whatever you're playing on, you switch modes. You go into like the gunner mode and you can actually like shoot. You have rockets, and then you also have like a little turret or minigun that you can hold. So there's two different modes, but on the second mode, when you're shooting the turret and you're shooting the rockets, you can't do both at the exact same time, so you can't move and shoot, obviously. So when you are using the rockets or anything, you're going to be standing still. And since there are two different modes, there's going to be two different seats. So if you're playing in duos, that's why in duos it's a little bit harder, because someone's going to be in the robot shooting, and then you're going to have someone moving around. So it's very difficult to get hits on it because it's going to be moving like crazy, doing a lot of damage. But in solo, there's going to be two seats. And the best way to go about it, because there's a bunch of different options you can do while you're in the brute, and also one of them is going to be self-destruct. And for Xbox, I believe it's left bumper that you can hit. It'll self-destruct. You'll hold it down for like 2 seconds, and it will automatically self-destruct in like 3 or 4 seconds after you do it. Now, this is super crucial and super easy to do in solos, because literally all you have to do is, because if the other guy switches to his missiles, switches to his turret, whatever he has, basically you just want to kind of run around the brute, maybe try to hold it off, because it can be very difficult, especially when they're having rockets, because they just destroy it and go through builds like crazy. But really the best way to go about it is, if you can, as much as possible, just straight up challenge it to go as fast as you can towards the brute. And then you want to hold X, jump inside, and as soon as you do, once you're inside of the brute, just immediately self-destruct it. Or if you want, and something I did in one of my live streams that was pretty cool, I jumped in it, I was in the gunner, I ended up killing a guy, and then I self-destructed it, and I killed the guy that was originally in the first brute. So that was pretty cool, worked out, pretty good play. So really, if you want to, you can just sit in it, and you can just shoot around and be super annoying. So you can be in a solo game, someone could be controlling it, and you can be shooting the gunner or shooting the turret. Or the best way to do it, if you just want to get rid of it entirely and not deal with it easily, just go inside of it, self-destruct it, and that'll be done. So in solos, this is just super easy. This is my go-to method. And it's just something you really don't have to deal with. So in solos, it's super easy to counter, super easy to play against. You really don't have to worry about anything. And more than likely, you're not going to get hit if you just run up to it, jump in. Because even if they try to go for a stomp, the timing on it's pretty slow. So you have more than enough time to go over to it, jump inside of it before they're even able to stomp and do damage on you. So it is super easy to do and to counter. So you jump inside of it, you blow it up, and you're going to be good to go. So in solos, this is super easy. I do it every single time, and I haven't got hit once from stomping, just from running right next to it, jumping in it, and blowing it up. But also, with that being said, you can't do that in duos or squads, and for the reason being, if you already have 2 people in the seat, you can't jump in it as well. So when it comes to duos and squads, and you have 2 people on the exact same team in the robot, then it makes it a lot more difficult, because then you actually have to shoot at it, you actually have to destroy it. You can't just jump in it and blow it up like I would do in solos, which is obviously going to be the easiest way to go about it. But as far as the robot right now, it currently has 1,000 HP, so it takes 1,000 health points for it to be completely destroyed. So if you're in a duos or squads, this is something that can be achievable if you're both shooting at it at the exact same time. But also, when you're going against 2 people who are also controlling it, it can be pretty difficult because they're going to be doing a lot of damage very quickly. And that's just also something to consider as well. But in duos, 1,000 damage on the robot, and it's going to blow up. Same for squads. So in squads, if you have 4 people shooting at it at once, you can blow it up pretty fast. So that's just something to consider. If you do want to blow it up by shooting at it, it will take 1,000 HP to do so. And the 2 other ways you can use to counter the robot, and the first one's going to be, so when there is 2 people in it, and so there's going to be one person that's going to be in the middle controlling it. So if you're looking directly at it, right in the middle of the robot in this torso, there's going to be a player controlling it, and then there's going to be a guy on top, and the guy on top is going to be the person who has the machine gun, who also has the rocket launcher. So there's going to be 2 people, and the person on top, so basically on the robot on top, the player who has all the weapons, they're protected by like a little shield. So if you want to shoot at them, you have to first break the shield, which is a ton of HP. I think it's like 200 or 300, probably near the 300 mark. You have to shoot that, and once it breaks, you can finally get shots on the other player who's sitting on top. But the thing is, it replenishes very quickly. So once you break it, you have to get shots on the other player immediately if you want to deal damage, otherwise it's going to replenish. But it can be hard because the brute can move so quickly in so many different directions. It's just going to be super hard to do so, but it is one way you can try to counter it. And then the other way to counter it that you can also do is you can try to shoot at the player who's currently in the middle of it, which I would recommend is going to be the easiest way to go about it. So the player in the middle is pretty much going to be open. You don't have to like shoot any barriers, you don't have to shoot any shield. But the thing is, when you're trying to fight the player who's in the middle of the robot, they're going to be in the torso, and it can be kind of hard as you see like the freaking robots right in front of me jumping up and down. Very difficult to do so. It's going to be very hard to get shots on. But the player who's going to be in the middle, if you want to get shots on them, like I said, there's going to be no shield. But the only downfall is the robot has to be directly in front of you. If you're from the side or from the back, you're not going to be able to get shots on. So the only time you're really going to be able to get shots is maybe when it's trying to jump. So it's stalled there for, who knows, probably 3 to 5 seconds before it's about to jump. So that could really be your only time and only opportunity that you have to try to get shots on it. So that's pretty much all the different ways that I know of when it comes to destroying the robot. There probably is some other exploits out there, but as far as legit ways, I'm pretty sure that's about it. You can either shoot the top part, shoot the middle part, shoot it out, it's got 1,000 HP, or you can run inside of it and self-destruct it, and that works really well in solos. But in duos, when there's other people alive, you can't really do it because there's only 2 seats, you can't make a third. So that's just another thing. So honestly, it's just pretty difficult to go about it, and especially because it just moves so quickly. If you're trying to go for the player in the middle, which I would recommend, it's probably the easiest way to kill the player who's in the robot. But the thing is, they have to be looking directly at you, and the thing is, they can jump, they have a bunch of boost, so it's going to be very hard for basically to get any shots off, but it is possible, and if you are able to, you can do a lot of damage very quickly. And with that being said, that's a wrap up for this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, if you guys liked it, make sure you guys do drop a like, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, turn on my post notifications so you guys are notified for every single new video. And alright guys, I'll see you next video.